worst question you're gonna get. And
Cool.
But I have to ask you. So in the first frame of the movie, there was a picture of a little girl. Was that picture used anywhere else? Was it used in 27 Dresses?
I mean, Malin is in 27 Dresses, so yeah, probably. But I haven't seen 27 Dresses. So, I'm sorry to your 27 Dresses fans out there, but
you mean the
photo, like
white
the
hair child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Malin. So there you go.
So it was used in 27 Dresses.
Was me in 27? I was in. Was that picture in 27 Dresses? That we? Oh yeah, maybe it was. I don't remember.
You're probably right. That was a weird question, but I mean, I'm glad you asked it.
Good memory.
It's the latter.
Did you write the part? Did you write the part for Sam, or just everything come out of his mouth?
We did not write the part for Sam. Actually, when Sam agreed to do it, number one, I was blown away. Number two, I was like, as we were shooting it, everyone was like, "You're gonna kill Sam? What is wrong with you?" Because we never really saw him as like that amazing of a guy. We saw him as an interesting guy, someone who kind of swept him off of his feet. Off of her feet, but we never thought he would, we didn't think Sam would show up and did what he did, and we were so happy that he did. But I didn't write it with Sam in mind.
You said I was going to show up and do that same old shit, right?
I wish I was smart enough to have written it for Sam, but now every time I write a script, I'm thinking of Sam.
I'm going to take 1 second before there's another question. I just got to thank this audience, man. What
you guys
an amazing audience. Wow.
So you guys seem kind of young to have written this film. How were you inspired? How was the story inspired?
You seem kind of young to have written this film, Brett.
Yeah. We seem young, Mark and I, to have written this film. Thank you. And yeah, we're not in our 70s. And I was working as an assistant editor at a production company, and I was syncing footage. That's what you do late at night. And I was watching footage of senior citizen speed dating. And it was more blunt and honest than what's in the movie. So there was no bullshit with these people. They were cutting right to the heart of what they wanted, and I thought that is something that I want to write about. And Mark had written a short story that I read, and we had become friends through me adapting it into a film, and I asked him to write it with me. And it really was a true collaborative thing where we just went back and forth and we knew what we wanted to tell. The first scene I pitched to Mark was, the dog scene. I knew that was the scene, and I knew where it would go. And Mark, you want to say something?
The two of us together, our ages equal a 77-year-old, I guess?
Yeah, together we are, yeah. So we're in that range. But you know what, Mark and I, we're not interested in writing about us, like things that are in my world. I'm interested in writing about things I have no idea about. And I don't know anything about, we're not as involved as we should be with older people or people in their golden years or whatever you want to say. So I was very curious. I write from a curious place. And I make films from a curious place because I think that's what I love about seeing movies is you can relate to somebody you never thought you would relate to. So when we wrote this, it was about putting myself in a 70-year-old widow's shoes and seeing what happened. And this is what happened.
I'm going to ask a question.
Yeah, sure.
The relationship between Lloyd and Carol is such an interesting relationship. We never see it on the screen. Can you two talk a little bit about developing that relationship and your characters together?
Want me to go? All right. Well, the relationship was already there in the script when we read. This is a question for the writers.
Okay. I think, here's the thing. We put this on the page and we knew it was sort of a unique deal, right? And I knew the movie kind of plays for me almost like a romantic comedy, except at the end it's not romantic, it's like a friendship It's like this beautiful friendship that's so unexpected. And I don't
There
think-
was a scene in there at one point where we kissed.
There was, in the script, I used to have them, they kiss at the end. And Mark and I went back and forth, should they kiss, should they not kiss? And on set, we
Well,
really talked about
the
this.
makeout scene got so aggressive that
Yeah, it did. But we decided on set, the three of us, we were talking in blinds. I mean, you remember telling me, I think we should just, that was totally you guys. You guys found that embrace that you have. That was all you guys. I mean, Blythe is in every scene in the movie, basically. And the thing is, every time somebody showed up, whether it be Martin or Mullen or the gals or Sam or whoever, there was just this amazing, immediate chemistry. She's a really giving actress. I think because she comes from the stage, I think it's something that really comes across in the film. That everyone just,
Yeah, it was there. I mean, it was there in that beautiful script. And this beautiful man, he came over and we had tea. And he left and I went, oh, thank God. This is going to be so wonderful. And, we had 18 days to shoot, so there wasn't lots of delving in and digging deep into it. So we were prepared when we got on the set, we were right to go on the journey.
Yeah, we all just jumped in together. And I mean, that's the amazing thing about these guys. They trusted me, they trusted the script, and I think I fully trusted them. And it was like just, for it being my first movie with any kind of a budget and movie stars, it was like the greatest experience of all time. So thank you guys.